Relational boundaries are completely biblical, and I think a lot of times we set these boundaries in our lives with people, and we do it so unintentionally, we do it so subconsciously. And I think it's time that we became more intentional about having boundaries in our relationships with people. We see in the Bible with the tabernacle that there were 3 areas and 3 levels of access, right? So we have the outer courts, which everyone had access to. You had the inner courts where only the priests were able to have access, and then you had the Holy of Holies, where the Ark of the Covenant stood, which was a symbol of God himself, where only the high priests were allowed access to that part of the tabernacle. Even with Jesus, we see that in some areas it says 70, in some areas it says 72 disciples, right? Followers of him. Out of those 70 or 72, he chose 12 to be apostles. And out of those 12, he chose 3, Peter, James, and John. Those 3 were given a level of access and intimacy with Jesus that the other 12 were not able to have. It's the same in our personal lives. We have to begin to move in wisdom. We have to begin to submit our relationships unto the Lord and say, Father, who is meant to be in what area? Who is meant to be given what levels of access to me for the sake of my destiny, for the sake of who I am becoming? We also have to be okay with sometimes there will be people who the Lord say this person is to be given access for a season, right? Because not everyone is meant to be around us for a lifetime. There are some people that God calls to be in our lives, and they're only supposed to be there to aid us, to pour into us, to be close to us, but it's only for a season that God will use them. And then it comes a season where then you have to separate. And we also have to not be prideful in this process. That just because the Lord said that someone isn't meant to be in our lives, whether it's outer courts, inner courts, or holy of holies, it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It does not mean that the Lord is against them. It simply means that whatever it is that the Lord has purposed us to do, God has not put them a part of that plan, and that is okay. Go forth in wisdom and go forth in intentionality when it comes to who is allowed to have access to you and what level of access are they able to have. Seek the Lord concerning it.